So when you look at back at what I consider the last great era of baseball, from 1972 to 1978, because of the Oakland A's dynasty, the rise of the Dodgers yet again, the Yankee dynasty, Kansas City Royals, uh, Cincinnati was in the mix, all the great teams. One thing really stands out to me is free agency. Now, today we're going to be talking one of the original benefactors of free agency, and a very interesting cat from a baseball standpoint because for some people he was overrated and some people he was underrated. But for me, it will always be Andy Messerschmidt. Now, John Alexander Andy Messerschmidt, born in Toms River, New Jersey, August 6, 45, a right-hander for starter for many years. During a 12-year baseball career, he pitched for the Angels for 4 years, the Dodgers 73, 75, and 79, the Braves 77, and the New York Yankees in 78. As a member of the Dodgers in 74, he appeared in that campaign's World Series. Now, at the age of 5, his family moved from New Jersey to Orange County, California. After graduating from Western High School in Anaheim, Messerschmidt received a baseball scholarship for the University of California, Berkeley. Following his junior year of college, the California Angels drafted him with the 12th overall pick in the June '66 amateur draft. He pitched 5 seasons with the Angels, highlighted by a stellar 20-13 record in '71, even though the Angels finished 25.5 games behind the Western Division champion Oakland A's. After finishing 8-11 in '72, attributed primarily to a finger injury requiring surgery, the Angels traded Messerschmidt and infielder Ken McMullen to the Dodgers for 5 players: Frank Robinson, Bill Singer, Billy Grabarkowitz, Bobby Valentine, and Mike Strahler. Now, Messerschmidt joined a strong Dodger rotation in '73, finishing the campaign at 14-10. He shined in '74, finishing with 20 wins and 6 losses with a 2.59 ERA. He was a starting pitcher for the All-Star game that year and was one of the main factors in the Dodgers' return to World Series for the first time since '66. He also finished second in balloting for Cy Young, which was won by Dodger teammate Mike Marshall, of course, him who his 106 games in relief. Now, Messerschmidt, for many, is still the most famous for his role in the historic 75 sites decision, which led to the downfall of the Major League Baseball's reserve clause and ushered in the current era of free agency. It began when Messerschmidt went to spring training in '75 and began negotiating that year's contract. He asked for a no-trade clause, which the Dodgers refused. According to author John Hellier in The Lords of the Realm, Messerschmidt was also deeply offended by GM Al Campanis injecting a personal issue into the talks. It cut so deeply with him. Hellier has written that Messerschmidt since has never disclosed it. I know what it is, but I'm not publicly allowed to say it because I want to respect his privacy. And the pitcher refused to deal with anyone lower than team president Peter O'Malley. He also pitched 1975 without a contract, leading the NL in complete games and shutouts, finishing second in earned run average with a 2.29 ERA, and winning a Gold Glove his second as the league's best fielding pitcher. Messerschmidt and Dave McNally of the Reds were the only 2 players in '75 playing under one-year reserve clause in effect at that time. McNally's season ended early due to injuries and returned home, intending to retire, but agreeing to Players Union Director Marvin Miller's requests that he sign on to the Messerschmidt grievance in case Messerschmidt ended up signing a new deal with the Dodgers before the season ended. It was less of an economic issue at the time than a fight for the right to have the control over your own destiny, Messerschmidt told the Sporting News. Now, it was a matter of being tired of going into negotiate a contract and hearing the owner say, okay, here's what you're getting, tough luck. Now, this crossed over quite a bit with the NHL in kind of the Ted Lindsay era. Well, we've talked about it in previous podcasts. Now, when Messerschmidt and McNally won their case before arbitrator Peter Seitz, who was fired by the owners the day afterward, McNally followed through on his intention to retire, but Messerschmidt signed a 3-year, $1 million deal with the Braves. Among other things, then Braves owner Ted Turner suggested a nickname channel for Messerschmidt in jersey number 17 in order to promote the TV station that aired Braves games. Major League Baseball quickly nixed the idea. Now, Messerschmidt struggled trying to live up to his new contract, which was sold to the Yankees for $100,000 after winning winter meetings on December 8, '77. Having gone 16-15 in 2 seasons with the Braves, the second marred by recurrent injuries. Now, the injuries released him after injury-plagued '78 season, and he signed again with the Dodgers, who gave him the very thing their first refusal drove him towards testing and defeating the old reserve clause. a no trade clause. But the injuries and stress had taken too much toll. Messerschmidt pitched in only 11 games for the Dodgers in '79, going 2-4 with a 4.90 ERA, and retired after the Dodgers released him. He served 2 stints as a baseball coach at Cabrillo College from '86 to '91, and from 2005 to '07, when he retired at the age of 63. Messerschmidt's earned run average of 2.861 is the 6th lowest among starting pitchers whose careers began after the advent of the live ball era in 1920, behind only Clayton Kershaw, Hoyt Willem, Whitey Ford, Sandy Koufax, and John Palmer. Now, 130.99 record with a 2.86 ERA, 344 games, 295 starts, 98 complete games, 27 shutouts, good in the bullpen as well, with 14 saves, and only 7 balks in his career, so a very dynamite defensive player. Now, as to what Campana said, you can research that for yourself, but I said it's not my category to cover that. So, between 68 and 79, 4-2, 16-11, 11-10, 1970 with 5 saves, 20-13, 8-11 with 2 saves in '72. Dodgers 14-10, 20-6, 1914, and he had 1 save in 1975 with 7 shutouts. That was a very strong year. 11-11 with Atlanta '76, then 5-4, 0-3 with the Yankees. Not sure if he got a World Series share, and the Dodgers 2-4 with only 62.1 innings pitched. So ironically, in a full season, he would have been a 14-11 pitcher. But he was also good in the bullpen, so he could have been used for both. And what I liked about him, he's very smooth on the mound. What you see is what you get. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of Andy Messerschmidt and his battle with the powers that be. Now, Al Campanis, obviously, his comments about the black athletes later on, he cut his own throat. Even Ted Koppel tried to get him out of it. But it was a different time altogether, because the Dodgers were such a marquee team. No matter what happened with the Dodgers, at one point, the Dodgers were the most popular team in North America. I tell you why. In Canada, before the Blue Jays showed up, there was 2 Canadian teams. There was the Dodgers, because of Jackie Robinson. Duke Schneider was an announcer for the Expos. They were very popular in Canada. My hometown team at Dalhousie is called the Dodgers, and of course the Montreal Expos. So whatever Andy Messerschmidt did, and he impacted free agency in the WHA, free agency in the NHL, free agency and most major sports. But like I said, he was your typical 15 to 20 win pitcher, and like I said, he was no problem with his teammates. Was a good squad mate and all that. But Campanis basically thought he was stupid, and Andy Messerschmidt's a lot of things. Some people love him, some people hate him because of what he brought in, but he's not stupid. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here, we're a baseball podcast. Let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, requests are always highly appreciated and always highly considered. Have a good one. Bye.